Hello everyone and welcome to another Master Duel guide. Today we'll be talking about a crazy FTK combo deck, and that is Cyber-Stein. Please note that this deck is difficult, it's not easy, but it's worth learning because it's fun and strong, and yeah, you guys will like it. So the three main advantages of this deck are, number one is that it's a high risk, high reward deck. So the only thing is, like, if your opponent has no interruptions, you basically win first turn because of how consistent it is. But if they have more than one interruptions, you'll probably will lose. Number two is that it's extremely cheap for its value, requiring only 3 ultra rares and 7 super rares, and the rest being normal and rare. And number three is that it's very consistent in searching and in summoning. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so here's my version of the deck. We're running the strategy of summoning through a synchro summon, so that's why we're gonna use Road Warrior, but more than that later. So we're gonna have we're gonna run a Called by the Grave, 2 of those, to cancel the Ashes and the Maxis, for your interruptions. I say this card, Called by the Grave, is crucial because interruptions are your enemy. You don't want to get interrupted. So 2 Called by the Graves. We're gonna run 1 Infernoble Arms equip spell. This is not a must, but you do want to run 2 to 3 equip cards. I run 2, one of them being Infernoble Arms. Next, we have Telekinetic Charging Cell. This is definitely a must. This is what makes the deck possible. The combination with Telekinetic Charging Cell and Cyber-Stein, very crucial cards. Next, we're gonna have a Painful Decision. Just 1 copy of this in case you really brick up and you need to add the level 4 normal monster. Next, we're gonna have 3 Summoner's Arts, just another searcher, pretty good. Reinforcement of the Army, another searcher, pretty good. You need it to search for this guy, Sublimation Knight. This card is really good. It's a really good starting card. You will need this. 1 copy of that. Next, we're gonna have 1 copy of Junk Anchor. This is one of your synchros that you're gonna have. You're gonna have this one and Righty Driver. Those 2 will help you summon the Road Warrior. Next, we're gonna have Cyber-Stein. That's the entire point of the deck, is to have a Cyber-Stein and combine it with the Telekinetic Charge. I will go over that later. You're gonna do that using this guy. Anyways, next you're gonna have 2 Infernoble Knights. You need 2. And this card is also extremely important, very vital. Yeah, you need 2 of that. Next, you're gonna have Squeak Knight. This card combos really well with Sublimation Knight for your starting combo. I'll go over the combo, of course, later over the clips. That's the most important part of the video. Make sure you stay tuned to that. Next, we're gonna have Ignite Veteran, 3 of that. 3. I'll just go over these really quickly. So I can focus on the clips, because teaching the combo will take a long time. It's a really hard combo to learn. So yeah, so 3 Ignite Veteran, 3 Ignite Gallant, 3 Ignite Cavalier, 3 Margrave, 3 Paladin, 3 Templar, 3 Crusader, and 3 Squire. Okay, I want you guys to remember 2 important ones. All right, this is how I play, right? You want to remember the Cavalier and you want to remember the Veteran. Those 2 being 2 and 7, right? Those 2 will pendulum summon, right? But we'll go over the combo later, but just keep those 2 in mind. Just remember those 2. Again, we'll go over it later. Yeah, so that's the deck. The extra deck, we have Lursic. So this is the reason why this deck works. Like, you need this card 100%. You need this card, you need this card, and you need this card, right? Again, we'll go over how those the combination of those 3 monsters will OTK your opponent, or FTK your opponent, first turn kill. They're just gonna copy the effect of this, and they're gonna deal 4,000 damage. Again, you'll see later. You're also gonna need 2 copies of Supreme Doom King. Those 2 will make your Supreme King Dragon Star. Next, you're gonna have Road Warrior. Road Warrior will help you summon Cyber-Stein from your deck. Very important for the strategy. Next, number 60. I haven't really used this. This is like a backup, a different way to summon Cyber-Stein, but I've never really used it, so I wouldn't sweat too much about it. I just had this card. I didn't even unlock it. I just had it, so I added it in. So just keep it in mind. Next we have number 35. Again, I never use this card in here, but it could be good for going second. You know, it's a normal rarity. Why not? Next, this is very important. I don't know how to say that. Azulate. I don't know. I'm sorry. Two Tails of the Noble Knights. Very important card. It requires 2 warriors. It's gonna be super easy to summon using this guy right here, Sublimation Knight and Squeak Knight. We'll go over the combo later. Next, we're gonna have Hackify Brex. This one is really important. Yeah, you need this for sure. So you can summon your Synchro from the deck and go into Road Warrior, and then Road Warrior will allow you to get Cyber-Stein. Next, you have Reproducus. 2 of those is a must. You need this. This one will help you change Cyber-Stein's attribute to Psychic, making it possible. Next, you're gonna need Power Code Talker. You don't really need this, but it's just nice to have because you're gonna link away sometimes 3 monsters just to open up space on the field for your some of those monsters right here. There's 1, 2, 3, and then you go into this one, right? So yeah, I know I went quickly by this, but trust me, this is not the important part. Going over the clips is the important part, which we will go over next. Alright guys, we're gonna go over the first clip right here. So this clip will go over on what to do if you have Cyber-Stein in your hand. Okay, this is called the short combo, and this is how you achieve it. So first you're gonna just do a summon, or so remember, you want to add the Cavalier and the Veteran to your hands, which you already have the Veteran. So you want to use those 2, destroy them using the effect to add just another random one, doesn't matter. And then you're gonna Pendulum Summon here the monsters you just destroyed and the one in your hand. Then you're gonna go into the 2 Tails right here, 2 Tails of the Noble Knights, and from there you can activate the effect, adding the Squire to your hand, and do your second effect by sending the equip spell to the graveyard, summoning the knight and getting it back. And then you destroy your pendulum monsters. Okay, this is going too fast. So after you special summon this guy, the Infernoble Knight is gonna allow you to bring back the equip spell, the telekinetic charging cell, to your hand. And then you're gonna use the effect of this guy to destroy them and add a card to your hand. This is very, very important. You want to add a second copy of Renaud. Keep in mind, you never want to add a copy to your hand using the Infernobles, because it just doesn't work that way. I'm not sure why that is, but you want to add them using the Pendulum monsters. Okay, you want to add the second one, you special summon the second one, and then since we're done with the 2 Tails, we're gonna link it off into Reproducus. So from there, you normal summon Cyber-Stein from your hand, since you already have it, and then you activate the effect and change it into a Psychic type monster. Then you're gonna equip Telekinetic Charging Cell, and then that's it. You don't have to pay life points. So this is the first part of the combo. This is the first phase of the combo, okay? There is a pre-Cyber-Stein, before Cyber-Stein hits the field, and there's a post-Cyber-Stein, after Cyber-Stein hits the field. So in the short combo, this is what you do in the first phase. I know it's getting confusing, but it's a long combo, so it's better to break it apart. So this is the entire point of the deck, right? To add Telekinetic Charging Cell to Cyber-Stein to make the cost from 5,000 life points to 0. Okay, you're not paying anything now. All right, now post Cyber-Stein strategy. This is how it's gonna work now. You wanna summon the bird first. Always summon the bird first, and then link it off because you want it in the graveyard. That's important. Link it up just to another monster, which is, in this case, we're gonna make another this guy, the dinosaur guy. But again, it's not important what you link it off to, because Cyber-Stein is already equipped at that point. Now you're gonna activate Cyber-Stein, summoning this guy, summoning the DD, summoning the other DD Supreme King, and then using those 2, you're gonna summon this guy, the Supreme King Dragon. Now you're pretty much set. That's it. You're gonna use this card's effect, and you're gonna use this card's effect to copy the bird's effect in the graveyard. Boom, just like that. So those 2 will deal 4,000 damage each. And that's it. Your opponent is done. First turn kill, easy. So notice our opponent did not have interruption. That's why we won, right? Ash Blossom could be crucial to this. It could play through one interruption, this deck. It could play through one. But if they have two interruptions, if they have Nibiru especially, oof, you're done. But yeah, let's just keep talking about the good stuff, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's a high risk, high reward deck like I mentioned earlier. So that's the first clip. Let's move on to the next one. Alright guys, let's look at the take a look at the second clip. So here we're gonna have the traditional long combo when we don't draw Cyber-Stein, which is most of the time because, you know, Cyber-Stein is only one copy, so you're not gonna draw it that many times. Alright, so we have our hands. We have 3 or 4 now of the pendulum monsters. We're gonna use Summoner's Art to get the veteran. We already have the Cavalier, so perfect. But this is how you want to play it, right? You want to summon the ones with the lowest stars, 3 or 4 on the field. Even 5 works. 5 level or below. Keep that in mind. You want to keep those on the field, and that's why we're keeping the veteran and the Cavalier in hand, because they're higher levels. They're 6 and above. I think they're 6 and 7, or 5 and 7. But anyways, okay. So to make it easier for me to remember, I want to keep the higher levels in my hand, but I want the lower levels on the field first. Here's why. You're gonna use their effects. So our opponent activates Max C here, but we just have to go for it. We have to go, you know. So okay, so normally we would destroy them to add the Sublimation Knight to hand actually, but since we already have it, we don't need to do that, right? So here's what we do next. We just summon him. Then we're gonna bring this Squeak Knight, equip it, and then special summon it from there. Next, we're gonna destroy these two to add the Reynolds to our hand, right? Or Revolt, whatever. We could do this later with the other ones, but that's fine. We could do it right now as well. There's different ways of achieving the same thing. Next, we're gonna link those two off into the Infernoble or the Noble Knight, the Two Tails. This is most of the time. This is how you're gonna summon the Noble Knights, right? Using those two monsters. Next, we're gonna activate the effect, just adding a Squire because you can't add anything else really. And it's nice to have that in hand just so we can extra summon it. Next, like we showed this earlier, right? We send the equip spell, allowing us to special summon, allowing us to get back the equip spell. Now we special summon from our hand. It's gonna make this a tuner. Okay, keep that in mind. It's gonna be a tuner if we do that from our hand. Next, okay, this is happening too fast. Let's slow it down. After we add that to our hand and we special summon the tuner, we're gonna pendulum summon. That's gonna allow us to pendulum summon 2 monsters, 2 or 3 actually, but 2 right here, right? And the reason why we're allowed to summon 2 is because of our Noble Knight, right? Because of our Two Tails. Whichever it's pointing to, we can summon those pendulum monsters to those zones. So it's very important to keep those empty, right? Keep these 2 zones empty for that purpose. Next, we're gonna link off to Akifibrak, and that's gonna allow us to summon one of our tuners. Now I chose the Junk Warrior. Okay, keep that in mind. The reason why I chose it is because we're just gonna synchro summon now, right? So it's gonna be 2, 1, that's 3, 3, and 5, that's 8, right? Adds up to 8, which is what we need for Road Warrior, right? Again, why do we need Road Warrior? It's super important. I'll show you in a second. So we're gonna summon this guy right here, Reprodocus. I don't know how to say his name, but now we're gonna special summon Cyber-Stein using his effect, right? Again, this is the line you wanna have. Very important. Meanwhile, our opponent drew over like 20 cards, but no matter. So that's it. You're set. Now we could we'll move on to phase 2, when Cyber-Stein just pops off and summons everything in your extra deck, right? So from there, we want to send the bird to the graveyard. Remember, using the link summoning. Now we summon this guy first, then we summon those 2D dragons, right? Super Doom Kings, and then we're gonna get this guy, and then we're gonna copy the effect of this guy, and it's all over from here. 4,000 damage, 4,000 damage, boom, not a chance. Look at all these cards our opponent had. Didn't matter, okay? So this deck is fun, but this combo is long. It's not easy, and you need to learn it, you know. And I hope this was clear. But just because it's so complicated, you know what? We'll go over one more. We'll go over one more clip, and hopefully that helps and clears out everything. So yeah, let's go over this clip right here. See what we have going on. So we only drew pendulum monsters, completely fine. That's what you want, actually. It's okay. So this is what you do, right? You destroy them to add this guy. This is your starter, your sublimation knight. You're gonna equip this quick knight always, summon this quick knight, and then go into 2 tails, just like that. Okay. From here, you guys know what to do, right? You add the vet. So why do we add the veteran actually? Oh yeah, that's the first effect. The first effect, you just add the veteran because we already had the cavalier, remember? So now we put the cavalry and the veteran, right? And then we activate the second effect. Okay, make sure you activate the effect before you pendulum summon too. I think that's important. I'm not sure why that is, but I remember that's important because I think it doesn't work otherwise for some reason. I don't know, but just follow these steps. Make sure you do her effects first and then pendulum summon later. So we sent the equip spell to the graveyard. Allows us to special summon this guy, and he's gonna allow us to add it to our hand. So guys, if you draw this card, the charging cell, to your hand, not a problem. This is why we have 2 equip spells. That's what. So you're gonna send the other equip spell to the graveyard and add it to your hand, but it doesn't really matter that much. I mean, that equip spell specifically helps you in this deck. It helps you add the monster, but you know, it's not a crucial thing. Now we're gonna pendulum summon. We are gonna pendulum summon the 2 monsters we sent earlier and the one from our hand. Okay, so now we have a level 4, level 3, level 3. This is what you need, right? 5, 4, 3 on the field. That way you have more options, and in case they get destroyed or whatever, you know, you have more variety and you can go into your road warrior. All right, so now we're gonna destroy them using the pendulum effect, and we're gonna special summon Renault from our hand, linking off the 2 tails. His mission is over, or their mission is over, and we are gonna summon this guy right here, Hacky Firebreak. Hacky Firebreak is gonna allow us to summon a tuner. We came up with, so the reason why we came up with the Ready Driver is because I wanted to clear the field. So I'm gonna use 3 monsters now, or 4 monsters rather, to summon Road Warrior. All right, very good. Road Warrior is gonna allow us to get a Cyber-Stein, and now we're gonna go into this guy. You can link off Road Warrior too after you summon Cyber-Stein. It's not that important, but I just like having him since you have 3000 life, 3000 attack point. Next, we just went over this already, so I hope you guys caught up on what we did here. This guy, we're gonna make him a psychic. Yep, summon those 2. Summon one more. That's gonna allow us to go into this guy, and now we just copy and it's game from here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is a really fun deck, very risky, like I said, with the interruptions, but it's worth it. I would give it a try because it's a cheap deck, guys. It's very cheap. So yeah. Coin toss. Yes, we win it. We're gonna go first, of course, since this is an FTK deck, right? Let's see. Let's see what we draw. Hey, not bad, not bad, not bad. What I'm thinking right now already is we keep Margraven in hand. Maxi. Okay. We're gonna add our starter, which is this guy. And we're gonna put the P scale. These 2. And just okay. Our opponent surrenders. Alright guys, I'm really sorry. I tried to do a live duel, but everybody kept surrendering or you know, like, just I didn't have an opportunity to do a live game. Well, we'll just go over this replay instead, you know. So here we do Summoner's Art, add Veteran, and then we do the Veteran Cavalier and Margaret, destroy them to add this guy, and we equip him to this Quick Knight, link them off to the two tails of the Noble Knights. We activate the effect, add the Cavaliers to the Veteran in hand. We can do a second effect by throwing that in the graveyard, adding it back after special summoning. Then we're gonna set those P skills and Pendulum Summon from our extra. Next, we are gonna add another Renowned, special summon him, and then go into the Hacky Fabric. From here, we notice that we have 6, so we need the 2, so we get the Junk Anchor. So we just go into a Synchro Road Warrior. From here, we're gonna summon the Cyber-Stein, and you notice that our opponent infinite impairments are Cyber-Stein. Well, we just keep going, and we activate Cyber-Stein non-stop. That's right, to annoy our opponent. So this is just a funny replay I wanted to show you guys. If your opponent is up to what you're trying to do, they could just negate Cyber-Stein, and then it's all over for you from there if they have infinite impermanence. So I just thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you on another video. Peace. Stay safe.